Whoa, okay, so GitHub just wrapped up its huge annual event, Universe. And honestly, the announcements were a total game changer. They're basically tearing up the old developer playbook and starting fresh, and it all boils down to one single powerful idea: the rise of AI agents. So let's break down what they announced and what it really means for anyone who builds software. Right, so before we can really appreciate where GitHub is headed, we have to talk about the problem they're trying to fix. And it's this weird tension, this productivity paradox that pretty much every developer is feeling right now, and it's being caused by the very AI tools that were supposed to help us. And this quote from the keynote just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? The whole promise of AI was to make our lives easier, but instead, we're just juggling more things. You're bouncing from your code editor to the command line to a separate AI chat window. It's just this constant context switching, and it's slowing everybody down. The promise hasn't quite been delivered. Well, until now. And the scale of this is just staggering. We're not talking about a small, niche problem. This affects the 180 million developers who are on GitHub, and that number is just exploding. A new developer joins the platform every single second. To put that in perspective, that's like the entire population of San Francisco signing up every single week. It's wild. Okay, so what is GitHub's big answer to this whole dilemma? Well, it's not just another app or a little feature update. Nope, it's a completely different way of thinking. They're actually introducing a brand new member to your dev team. This right here, this is their North Star, their guiding philosophy. The whole idea is that AI stops being just a tool, like the Copilot we're used to that just autocompletes code, and it becomes a real teammate, an agent you can actually collaborate with, delegate entire projects to, and build with side by side. And this is exactly what they mean when they say a coding agent. This is Copilot on a whole new level. It's an AI that you can just give a high-level goal, and it has enough context to understand what you want, reason through all the necessary steps, and then actually go and do the work, all by itself. So let's talk about what this looks like day to day, because this is the crucial part. The workflow gets incredibly simple. First, you just assign a task in plain English, just like you would to a junior dev on your team. Then the agent just goes off. It builds the feature, it writes and runs the tests, it checks for any security issues, and then when it's all done, it hands you a finished pull request ready for you to review. And check out this story. It's a perfect example of how powerful this is. GitHub's own security team used these agents to clear out a huge backlog. It was a project that they thought would take months to finish. Instead, it took them 1 month. And get this, it was the summer interns who got it done. That's not just a small improvement, that is a massive force multiplier. So you've got all these super-powered AI agents working for you, but that leads to the next big question, right? How in the world do you manage all of them? Well, you're going to need a command center. And this is it. They're calling it Agent HQ or Mission Control. Just think of it like an air traffic control tower for all your AI work. It's a single dashboard where you can see every single thing your agents are working on across all your different projects, all in one spot. And from here, you're not just managing one agent, you're conducting an entire fleet of them. You can spin up new tasks, watch their progress live, and even jump in and steer them in a different direction if you need to. It's all happening in real time. This is really about shifting from working on one thing at a time to working on everything all at once. Let me just show you what that looks like. Instead of that old linear way of working, you can now launch multiple agents to tackle different things at the exact same time. So, for example, you could tell one agent, hey, go fix that buggy jump animation in our game. And while that's happening, you fire up a second agent to compose some new country background music for a different level. And at the same time, a third agent is already working on designing a new outfit for one of the characters. See what's happening? 3 totally separate, complex tasks all running in parallel while you get to focus on the big picture. This is a totally new way of building things. But hold on, because this next part is, for me, maybe the most surprising and important announcement of all. GitHub is not trying to build a walled garden and lock you into their AI. They're doing the complete opposite. Agent HQ is being built as a totally open platform, and that is a huge deal. It means you won't just be running a bunch of GitHub Copilot agents, you'll be able to plug in and manage agents from all the key players. We're talking Anthropic's Claude, OpenAI's models, Google Cognition, XAI, and more are on the way. And you run them all from that one single command center. And the result is this just insane leap in what you can get done. You're moving from having one single AI assistant to literally orchestrating a whole fleet of specialists. It's like having an entire toolbox of different AI models, and you can just pick the absolute best one for the job, whether that's writing docs, refactoring old code, or finding security holes. So, when you put all these pieces together, it becomes pretty clear that we're looking at something much bigger than just a new product. This feels like a true paradigm shift in how software is actually made. You don't have to take my word for it. Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella, he said it perfectly. This isn't just an evolution, it's a revolution. There's an entirely new tool chain for software development being born right now, and it's all built around this new partnership between humans and AI agents. And to really understand the gravity of this moment, it helps to look back. The first big leap in programming was moving from raw machine code to assembly. Then, the next massive shift was the invention of compilers, which let us write in high-level languages. And now, we're living through the third great leap. The job of a developer is shifting from painstakingly writing out the how to simply describing the what, the outcome you want, and letting the agent figure out how to get there. Which, of course, leaves us with one final mind-bending question. For decades, the core skill of a developer has been translating an idea into code. But what happens when AI agents can handle that translation for us? When developers are freed up to focus only on the ideas themselves, what incredible, world-changing things are they going to build next?